Well, hey, this is Tom Breaker. It's Sunday, October 6th in Fort Scott, Kansas. I'm at the grounds of the Fort Scott National Historic Site. This is a fort that was active from 1842 to 1852. And they've got some really interesting rock buildings on the property. There's, this is just some of the other buildings that they have. I'm at the bakery today, this right now. The bakery is, well, where they made their bread. It was interesting that I've been here a few times, and they said that they did not eat fresh bread. They ate stale bread, so they couldn't eat the bread until it was a day or two old. They thought that was better for digestion. They thought that fresh bread was maybe not good for you. But anyway, so we're gonna take a look at the bakery. It's a little different than some of the buildings I've seen because this has got they've got finished or plaster walls on the inside. They're not rock on the inside. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Like some of the other rock buildings they have here, they've got wooden lintels over the doors and windows. I know that for the fort here they did a lot with walnut and oak. It could be that these are either walnut or oak lintels over the main door here, and then over this set of windows. Again, that's a really long opening, and that piece of wood seems to bow just a little bit, but you've got that, plus you've got the support of the window in it, so I think it's going to hold pretty well for quite a while. Some of this rock isn't tooled or worked quite as nice, quite as square as what some of the other buildings are. You can see here that you've got kind of odd shaped rocks, and they fit some in places where you've got like this little bitty one right here. And so they're not nice and squared up. They're not what you call ashlar. This is more of a field stone or a rubble construction. But the rocks fit in pretty nicely. They've got a lot of rocks that are similarly sized, but they've not been shaped and worked real finely to where they're nice and square. It's interesting to me how they've combined the rocks laid in what they call the natural bed with rocks that are laid vertically. You've got a couple good sized rocks here that are laid vertically, and then you've got some here along the corner that are laid vertically as well. And you kind of see the size of the rock. Say you take this cornerstone right here, it's probably about 12 inches from edge to edge. And then you come through here and you can see that it's about 3 or 4 inches thick. And so they put that there on the outside, and that makes a really nice corner. As well as does this rock here that's got this is maybe 4 inches thick, a good 4 inches. And then it comes out here ways, and you can see over the years, this rock's even developed a bit of a crack in it. Right through there. Actually, maybe that might not be a crack. That might actually be 2 pieces of rock. Now, if I was a betting man, what I'd say is that was one piece that broke. And then when they laid it in, they just took this piece and that piece, spread them out a little bit, put some mortar in there, and used it as 2 rocks. But I'll bet you when that started that was 1 rock. And then it broke on them, and they said, well, that's okay, we'll just use that other piece next to it from where it broke off from. I know I've done that on some of mine. And so this is pretty much similar. You've got your vertical rock again here. This piece down here on the corner is kind of like that. It's nice square, 3 or 4 inches thick, and just makes a nice little corner there. They don't have it mowed out too far, so I'm going to go around the back side and stay fairly close to the building. But here again, you can see they've got some rocks that are laid vertically, where most of them are laid in the natural bed. Again, you've got the big piece of lumber as the lintel, and it's just, it comes down to the ground here, and it all looks really nice. It appears as though they probably come back over the years, and probably recently when they redid the fort, and put some more mortar in the joints to help it last. So that happens with mortar sometimes. It starts to deteriorate and come out, and you have to what they call repoint or tuck point the mortar joints. They've got a gutter system up here. This is new when they've redone the fort, but this little square block coming out here, you see is actually a gutter. and you can see the downspout over here at the end of the building. Again, they lay, most of it's laid in the natural bed. You've got some pieces that come up vertically, kind of make it look interesting, and makes it go a little bit faster, because when you've got them that go up that way, that takes a lot of height and width out all of a sudden. I was looking at this earlier, and the corners are really, this building's really square. You come around the corner this way, and you see how, and then all of a sudden the whole wall just opens up. You go back this way and it all disappears at once. You come around this way and it all opens up again. And this wall, if you look at it right behind, you know, you've got that downspout, and right behind the downspout, and there again, see, it all is. But they kept it really nice and vertical when they did this. Here again, we've got these rocks that are laid vertically there. It has some interest to it, and again, we've got the wooden lintel for it. We'll go inside just a second. Don't go inside too many of these buildings, but we'll go inside the bakery. And the bakery's got a brick oven. So we'll go inside. It sounds a little bit echoey in here. They've got the tables here where they made the dough. They've got a place down here where they kept their firewood. And then I don't know if we can see it here or not, but yeah, this is the brick oven in here. They've got bricks on the floor, as you can kind of see. And then they had fireboxes over here. And I think the fireboxes here are where they burned the wood that heated the oven up. Lock that back. And then you've got their proofing racks here. You got the peels that they take the bread in and out of the ovens with. This is a picture of what it might have looked like when they were actually working in here. The bakers with the peels and the bread on the dough boards. And 18 ounces a day is what they had. All soldiers took their turn at baking bread. One baker was expected to turn out 200 loaves per baking, enough to supply a two-company post for 2 days. So they were busy when they were here. And then this is another little supply room. The fort here does a really nice job of filling spaces out so you can kind of get a feel of what it would have been like. So this is Tom Breaker in the bakery. They've got some other rock buildings here that I think I'm going to do some other videos on too. So if you like it, come back and see those. Have a good day.